All right. Let's see. Did we catch any current events last time? Not really. It seems like there's never anything. All right, let's see here. Um, all along the watchtower. I have no idea if that's correct. Oh gosh. Deleting passwords. Messed up. Messed up. Oh my gosh. Funny. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. Um, and see just see how it goes. Just see how it goes. All right. Um, let's just see how it goes. Okay. So we're supposed to do Minesweeper O'Camel, of course. Okay, let's try hopping in here to where we were. JavaScript Minesweeper. All right, so like we think it's a simple one, right? Let's see what's in the spec. Okay, so this is apparently a large minefield input. Obviously, it's not very large, but let's just start with that one here. Okay, so let's paste that in. Okay, so there we go. So it's 6 by, I think, 6, right? It looks like. So 6 by 6. So, like, literally, we just have to go through the whole thing, right? So we would go A for each, EI, and then when we go to count, we're just gonna count the adjacent ones, right? So if E is, or actually, so then we have to go for each, right? And then let's just call it cell. Let's just call this one row, I guess. Row, row, J. And then cell is star. So this is what I did before in Crystal, right? If it was a star, I just skipped it. The stars are the mines. You could also go the other way around and say, okay, if I'm looking at a mine, then I'm going to increment the ones around it. I don't know, that might be better, but that's not the way I did it before. I don't think it's better. I think it's probably about the same either way. So if it's that, then we'll just do nothing. So if it's not that, then we are going to basically set the cell to something else. But I think to do that, we have to go... I think we have to go row sub j, because the cell, I think, is a copy, right? So we would say and row sub j. In fact, I would just say a sub I sub j to be sure. I don't think the row... Yeah, let's just do it this way. I don't think the row is a copy per se in this scenario, but let's just say a sub I sub j. And then equals... And then we will call a mine count and pass these in, right? So for that to work, of course, now we have to define the mine count. So mine count equals, and we'll take a field, a y, and an x, I guess. And so now we have to count. So we're going to count all of the adjacent places, but we just have to be careful of whether we're at the edges, basically. So So I don't think we need that separately. I think we want to go through basically an array, and we're going to sum what we've got in there. but the array itself is going to have, so y, so let's start at the upper left, I guess. So that's going to be x greater than 0, right? And y greater than 0, and field sub y minus 1 sub x minus 1, or 0, right? So that's gonna be like the whole thing, basically. So that's kind of the way I did it in Crystal. I think there are much nicer ways to do this that I just haven't really thought of. But yeah, so then we'll go to the top. So now we don't care about the x. So now we'll say y greater than 0 and field sub y minus 1 sub x or 0, right? Okay, so now now for the top right, y greater than 0, x and x less than field sub y minus 1 length minus 1 and field y minus 1 x plus 1 or 0, right? So it ends up, if I do it this way, obviously it ends up being very verbose, right? But I think that I'm prepared to do it this way, so let me move this x over, actually. So let's do y first. All right, so anyway, let's just finish it up. So, I mean, it's not very complicated or anything. It's just verbose. So, and field sub y x minus 1 or 0. Oh, except these are supposed to be whether it's a mine. So it should be this. Yeah, it's quite verbose. Okay, so mine. And if it is, then we'll say 1, and if it's not, we'll say 0. And now I want to be in my actual editor, because this REPL, nice as it is, it's not quite a text editor like Vim, you know? Alright, so let's just finish it up, though, regardless. Cool. Alright, so then this one... star. So if yes, 1, if not 0. Okay. So x, let me delete that and just copy this twice more for the other 2 rows, right? Okay, so then on this row, we aren't worried about this. And then on this row, it becomes less than field length minus 1, right? And let's copy that. My poor fingers are actually getting tired. Like legitimately. Maybe I'm too tense and have bad posture. Bad posture for sure. All right, so x greater than 0. All right, so now we get rid of the minus 1 here. And get rid of these ands. Oh, so this is the middle, so we don't do that one. All right, there we go. So mine count And then that should be the end. Okay, so we should have 8. So 3 on the top row, 2 in the middle row, 3 on the bottom row. All right, so are these, so this is y x minus 1. This is y x plus 1. There we go. Okay, now let's finish up the... Okay, so field y minus 1 here. Field y minus 1 length here. Field y length here. Okay, so now let's finish up the bottom row. So then this becomes plus 1 here. This becomes plus 1 here. This becomes plus 1 here. And lastly, this becomes plus 1 here. Right? Invalid left-hand side in assignment. Let's see, I think we need to do that. No. All right, which part? Okay, so there's an assignment here. Ah, okay. This needs to be parenthesized. Okay, so missing after argument list. Row for each is not a function. Oh, I thought it would be. Oh, they're strings, never mind. So we have to spread it. Okay, so now it came out undefined, but now if we, okay, so we didn't, oh. Okay, so we have to map this. So this will be map. And then we're gonna, and this will also be map, actually. So then when we're done mapping here, we have to, well, actually, that one can stay as it is. But when we're done mapping on this one, we have to join. But here, we can't use this. And we don't have to. We just return that. So if it is that, then we just give the cell back. Otherwise, we give back this. Okay, so I put, all right, so yeah, that's it basically. So let's grab this, put it into our editor. We'll do prettier. Yeah, in here. So then I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna say this is gonna be called const here. And then in the end, we are going to return. This will become input. Okay, let's prettier. Okay, now let's see if we can read it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is a wild one. This is an absolute mess. Okay, so I love the idea of command line code formatters, and I'm even kind of cool with the idea of opinionated command line formatters that always just do it the same way. However, I think prettier makes the code less readable more often than it makes it more readable. Just my opinion. When it comes to JavaScript in particular. Okay, but anyway, let's go to test. Okay, so we passed no rows. All right, cool. Let's just turn on all the tests now. All right, so A is not defined. Whoops. Yeah, so this should not be it. This should be that, I think. Okay, so that made some more pass. Good. Okay, what's the first fail? Okay, it says handled no mines. So, oh, we're expecting zeros apparently. Oh no, no. We were expecting them to be blank. My bad. Okay, so then here we're gonna do this. Let's see. So if it comes out as a 0, it's a number, right? So we could say or blank. Okay, so there we go. Let's prettier again. Okay, do I think that I oh. This is such a nasty looking one. Oh my goodness gracious. Um but yeah, I mean that's basically the idea. So one thing that we could for sure consider would be like some of these are repeated, right? So like field y minus 1 x minus 1 equals this. So some of these things like this y greater than 0 in the crystal version, I assigned some of these to variables and stuff. I don't think it helped. I actually, you know what? I do think it helped. I do think it helped. So let's refactor to do that, kind of. So let's assign y greater than 0 to some manner of like a variable thing. Um, so const number cell equals, and then that's going to be this. Nope. That is going to be this up to here. There we go. Again. There we go. So then we do that. And then number row equals, and that'll be this. Prettier that. Okay, so number row is this. Number cell is this. Let's move number row down, because it refers to number cell, right? And then, okay, so that's fine. Now when we do the mine count, so I'm gonna do it kind of like how it was in Crystal. So it's gonna be adjacent cells, I guess. So we had an up, down, a left, a right. So we're going to say const u equals y greater than 0. Const d equals y less than field length minus 1. Const L equals x greater than 0. Const R equals x less than field sub y. Okay, so it's a rectangular field, basically, right? So all the rows are expected to... Let me make a note of that. The field is expected to be rectangular with all rows being the same. So let's just make that explicit. Is mine equals field y x field y x equals star. Okay, so then this part gets moved up to here. Right? And then this y greater than 0 becomes u, all right? Then this x greater than 0 becomes d. Okay, whoops. All right, so then this this one becomes what, L? Oh no, I put D's in the wrong places. Those D's need to be L's. Oh my goodness. There it is. Okay, so then this is going to become R. And then this, let's see. This right here becomes D, right? This becomes R. This becomes is mine field y plus 1, x plus 1, right? So let me put that. Okay, so U and L is mine y minus 1, x minus 1. Is mine y field y minus 1 x, a field in here. Is mine field y x minus 1 this becomes D, right? Nope, that was wrong. This becomes R. And this one, okay, so y less than, so this becomes D. Okay, last. All right, so that's a little better. So here we return adjacent cells field y x u d l r reduce, right? That was quite the refactor. Okay, so still looking good. Still very, very noisy, though, of course. Oh, did we prettier? Let's prettier. Okay, very noisy still. Um, so what if we just did, instead of using the ternary, what if we just did number on each of these? So, yeah, just get rid of that everywhere. That's actually a little better, I think. I think that's a slight improvement. Um, yeah. Okay, cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is move these out. I messed it up. Input not defined. So input, where's input? So I'm referencing it right here in number cell. And so let's put the input here. Is that gonna work? So we call number row here. Now it's pretty flat, and I kinda tend to like that. I think we're looking generally pretty good here. So is mine adjacent cells, mine count, Okay, let's submit. Now, I wonder how close that approach might be to something that would work in OCaml. Let's take a look at this. Because some of this is probably kind of okay-ish from an FP paradigm standpoint. In fact, I might try to do it in OCaml pretty much just this way, and we'll see how far we get. Okay, so I'm going to say a complete here. All right, so we're going to hop back over to the OCaml. So I haven't done OCaml yet. I've heard that it's quite close to F sharp, and F sharp is not bad at all. F sharp is nice. So let's see how this goes. Oh, it looks like I don't have it downloaded yet. Okay, so Minesweeper. Okay, so let's copy my JavaScript into here. Okay, so first things first, OCaml comment. I do not want Google to ever fill in autocomplete. All right, OCaml. All right, so single line comment. Okay. All right, so let's start here. We'll say let is mine equal. Okay, but do we have to put like types here, sort of like Haskell? I'm not sure. Let's say let is mine equal, and it'll be let is mine field yx. This should be input, I guess. So we'll say equals here, and then here we will say, so let's see, so the field is supposed to be a list of lists, and can we index it? Let's see here. OCaml list index. Educative IO? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we're going to say nth. And so then into the nth, we pass a list and an int. Okay, so nth gets a field and a y, and then this gets an x, and then we say equals OCaml equality. Sure, let's start here. Okay, let's try. Guess I wandered off without paying attention to what I was doing. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so what is it doing? It's trying to install the OCaml LSP 12 of 86. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, who knows how long that might take? Who knows? Who knows how long that might take? I feel like this is gonna take forever. Not the install. The install is done. Hopefully it'll help me. But I feel like trying to do this in OCaml is likely to take pretty much forever. Alright, let's see. No config? Okay, let's try. A build system for OCaml programs. It still says no config. So we just created, well, there is a Dune project. Do we need to use the make file? Let's see what the help says. So we should just try make. Okay, so it's like, it won't work. Line 41. Oh, so all this was supposed to be commented out. Syntax error expecting expression. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Nth, unbound. Okay, so that should be list, I believe. List, nth. Annotate. It should be string list to string list. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now are we good? Okay. Compiler version mismatch. The project is built with a newer OCaml compiler version that the running OCaml LSP version does not know about. Make sure your editor runs a version of OCaml LSP that supports this version of the compiler. Okay, I will give it a shot, I guess. Um, I guess. I think I'm gonna need the help here. Okay, so once we've done that, it keeps messing up my line number. Okay. Okay, so OCaml list map. So it takes a function first. OCaml bool to int. Okay, so we'll say let number bool be equal, let's do what they said. If b, then 1, else 0. Okay, so we'll map with number bool. And then here, unbound module list. I think we should be okay. Okay, so unbound value minus syntax error. Okay, so this expression has type A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Very fun. An expression was expected of type bool, and that was... Okay, okay. So OCaml list literal. Oh, we use semicolons. Okay, cool. Where else did I see us using semicolons? It was, I think... So it compiles just fine. This LSP seems not very helpful. But whatever. All right. So the make output is helpful enough, so I guess that's fine. All right. So we've got adjacent cells. Let's do mine count now. So let mine count field yx equal, and then we're going to say list, and I think we're going to fold it. Okay, so we're going to list fold left. We're going to pass a plus function. And then we are going to pass adjacent cells. All right. Oh, wait, we want the initial value first, so 0. And then adjacent cells. And then the adjacent cells, of course, need to take the field. Then they need to take the y, and then the x. Then they need to take u, which is y greater 0. And then they need to take d, which is y less than... Okay, so then we want list size, length or size, something. List dot length. Wait. If we've got a list dot length function, this one, return the length. Okay, yes. So here we will take list length of field. All right. and then we subtracted 1, right? Okay, so that is the next one. All right, now for L, it's going to be x greater than 0, right? And then for R, it is going to be x less than list length, list nth, field y, right? Subtract 1. And that should be the last one. So now what's make say? It's, well, I think there were some warnings or something there. Let's take a look again. Okay. Oh, okay. Warning for unused. Great. Let's keep going. This is actually shaping up to maybe not be as bad as I thought. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it is at least compiling, and I think that that is a good sign. Okay, so let number cell... Whoops. Okay, so number cell is going to take... So in this one, I have sort of a partial function application in JavaScript. In OCaml, we can do this sort of thing even more easily, I believe, from what I understand. But we do have to be, like, a little bit smart about it. So cell and j, I think, come first, and then I and input, I believe. All right. Or is it in the other order? I did some of these in one of the Haskell type languages, but okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me. But in any case, we are going to say if, and then we're going to say if cell equals star, then cell, else mine count. And then here, let number row so I'm pretty sure I did get this backwards. It should be the way it was here. I think I input and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let number row, and here we just put input row I equals Oh man. Oh man, I am a mess right now. I'm vaguely annoyed that I can't get the whole thing on one screen, which I could easily if I didn't have the text so enormous. Um, I make the text enormous so that we can see it on the VOD, right? Which, like, I mean, look, if you put the VOD, if you have a decent monitor, a decent sized monitor, and you put the VOD on full screen, then of course the text is going to look enormous, just like it looks on my screen right now. But, a lot of times I'll bring up the VOD just on my phone or whatever, right? Like this is how it looks on my phone right now, right? And you can barely read that, right? So if anything, it's too small. So anyway, so I guess I'm just gonna move this up so I can see it. Oops. All right, so number row. So we're supposed to take list map, and then let's see, OCaml string to char list. So they did list init. Sure, let's try that. Okay, so when we do map, we are going to put in a function. And so that function in this case is going to be number cell I input, right? So remember, number cell takes I input cell and J. We're going to put I and input in now, and then the map will put in the others, right? So that's higher order functions in a nutshell, baby. And it's wonderful. So I think that's how it is. So we'll see if it even compiles. Let's see. So OCaml list join. Let's see. ToString. And then in here, we need to put what? Okay, so I'm going to copy what this other person did because I'm a POS. Okay, so I'm going to put shout out to here. And then we're going to say string to list. We're going to add a string. We're going to go list init. We're going to pass string length s. And then we're going to pass I don't know why that should work, because I don't really know what this does, and I don't really understand this. But whatever. I'm just gonna if the compiler or whatever gives me problems, then I'll deal with it. Okay, so looking pretty messed up in a lot of places. The LSP is trying to help me, but I'm not being helped. Okay, so when we do row here, we want to say string to list row. Okay, so now if I do make, it's going to say help, it won't work. Has a type int, but an expression was expected of type string. Okay, cool. So let cell int to string I equal, and then we'll say if I equals 0, then this, else, and then do we have ocaml I to a, maybe? Do we have something like that? Int of string, ocaml int of string, is that a thing? Let's take a look. Okay, convert the given string to an integer. Nope, we want string of int. The string representation of an integer in a decimal. And this is standard lib? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're going to say else string of int I. What's it going to say? Make? Oh, I put a triple equals. Of course. Okay, so now when we do this, we should be able to say cell int to string. Whoops, not that. Make. Okay, so now it says has type char list, but an expression was expected of type string list. Okay, so can we do char, or let's see, can we do string of char? String of char? No. We can do int of char and char of int, and actually, maybe that would work. So we're trying to say that we want to do number cell. So maybe if these were chars, maybe that would be okay. And then this one would be char of int. Can we do that? Let's see what make says. Has type int to char list. An expression was expected of type string. So this is, we're trying to do string concat. Okay, so string concat is not gonna, wait. Concat. Concatenates the list of strings, including, okay, so concat. So we're going to take a string and, oh, I've got those. So sep is supposed to be first. So it was an int to char list, and the expression was expected of type string list. So of course int to char is not compatible with type string, but I think we're close-ish. So number cell is supposed to give some chars. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think the J is going to be passed in, is it? Okay, so let's look at list map. OCaml list map. The J is not going to be passed in at all. I think we can do... Oh, wait. This one. Map I. The function is applied to the index of the element as first argument, counting from 0, and the element itself as second argument. Yes. Okay, so we'll do map I. That will work better, I think. So where's map? So here we want map I, and then these have to be reversed. So this has to be J, and J removed here. Make. Okay, so it's char list. Okay, so now we just turn it into string. At least, I think so. Why did I think I wanted them to be chars? It has slipped my mind. That's called being dumb. Oh, it was because of this. It was because of this. This gives chars. So I shouted this out, but I don't want chars. I want single character strings. So can we... Surely, okay. OCaml char to string. String make 1 my char. Okay. So we can do that, right? Should be able to. Best viewers on Stream Boo? Sounds legit, man. Okay, so... So what's the deal here? So we do string make. Yeah, if we do this, we should be able to go list map and put in string make 1 and then put that. Let's see what make says now. Okay. Oh, it compiled. That's something. Okay, what's next? Okay, so that brings us down to the annotate itself. So let me move this up. Okay, so now we're going to do list map I. Then the map function is going to be number cell. No, number row input. Then number row needs to take I before row, because that's how map I is, right? And then we just put in input. Okay, so this expression has type of string list, but an expression was expected of type string list. Okay, so the input is string list list. So that means that this row is not a string, it is a list already. So we don't need to do string concat. Let's get rid of that. And we don't need to do this. We can just pass the row, I believe. Let's see what make says. Annotate string list list to string list list, but it's supposed to be string list to string list. Okay. So the last change that I made was going in the wrong direction. So we do want this to be string concat. And then this should be string to list row. And now the input, this expression has type string list list. Let's take a quick look at the, what is the MLIs? Oh no, let's take a, what is MLI actually? That's the interface file. It says it's string list to string list. Okay. So this we think is string list. So why is it saying string list list? What's the deal there? It's close. I feel like it's close. This expression was type string list list when an expression was expected of type string list. Type string list is not compatible with type string. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, so number row input. Ooh, ooh, I'm pretty confused by this last one, but I think I'm close. All right. String list list. Why is the expression of type string list list? I'm expecting type string list. Okay, so when we put the list into map I, this number row should be a string, right? And we think it is, right? Because we use it here. So what has happened? What is even happening? Okay, but what about here? What is number row? What is this one? So we have input here, and that gets passed to number cell. So this is probably where the problem is, I would think. So then the input comes here, and then we try to mine account. Yes, this is where the problem is. So mine account is expecting string list list here, right? So here we have to go string to, or actually we have to go list map string to list input. I think that actually might fix it. Make? Not quite. Okay, unbound value string to list. Okay, do I just move it up? Okay, it compiled. Okay, so let's clear and see what our warnings are. Okay, so Dune clean, Dune run test. No warnings, no warnings. Okay. Failure on nth. Looks like failure on nth every time. So that's not good. Oh wait, here's one. Horizontal line, mines at edges. Expected *1 space 1 star, but got some nonsense. Whoops. Horizontal line, mines at edges. Okay. So when I give the row back, I do try to string concat. Oh wait, that shouldn't be like that. Okay, so now they're the right size, but there's nothing in there. All right. If cell is a star, then the cell should come back, but even that hasn't worked, right? Because we're not getting the stars back, we're getting everything blanked out, so that's pretty messed up. List map I. I wonder if this string to list str is working. So now I think we should be able to start to use the REPL. Let's get rid of this stuff. Okay, so there we go. Now let's look at our file. This one's, I mean, it's kind of exciting. I've been doing this for so long, it doesn't feel like, it kind of doesn't feel as exciting anymore. Okay, so now, let's see. So, OCaml REPL, it told us in Exorcism kind of like how we sort of open it. So in OCaml, if we go to About, and we go to kind of like how to get started, where's the Exorcism getting started guide? OCaml, overview, about. Oh, no. We want install. So this tells us we can use the REPL with utop. Okay, so let's see utop. Okay, so here is OCaml, I guess. So now if I take this string to list and copy that in here, what's it gonna say? What the? Let string to list. Huh. Maybe some arguments are missing? Yeah, true. This expression has type char2 to string, but an expression was expected of type a list. Okay, so list map, string make one. Well, why is it complaining here and it didn't compile, or excuse me, it didn't complain when I ran make? What's the deal here? This function application is partial, maybe some arguments are missing. So if I go string make one then we get a string equals C, right? So that part is as I expect. So what if I break it up and say, let's exit here. So what if I break this up? So this is kind of doing a lot. It doesn't need to do this much. Where is it? Where's string to list? Right there. All right. So let string to char list, right? And then that becomes this. And then this one becomes string to char list string, right? So make. Okay, so it compiles okay here. So now let's cat and go to utop. And then let's go to string to char list. Let's see what this one says. It says label F was omitted. Oh, so a warning. Label F was omitted in the application of this function. All right. Now let's see what this one says. Presumably, it's going to be the same as what it said before, I think. Yeah, so error. Expression. Okay, so now let's try string to char list. Okay, so now we see the list, so that part is fine. Okay, so now if I try list map, all right, and I go, let's go like int of char, and then let's go string to char list, and then let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says, oh, interesting. Am I doing list map all wrong? Let me look at it again. So it's supposed to take a function, converting A to B. Then you're supposed to pass in a list of A, and you're supposed to get back a list of B. So I think this is as I expected, but but clearly I've done something wrong. So string to char list, this should be a list of char, right? If I do that, I should get list of char, right? Okay. Then what is int of char? So that is char to int, right? So if I have a list of char, and I have a function that goes char to int, then I expect to be able to use list map and pass this. Okay, so now maybe do I need like parentheses here? Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? I do, don't I? How silly. Of course I do. How did I not remember that? Okay, but it still doesn't work. List map. The expression has type char2 to int2, as expected. An expression was expected of type a list. What does it mean? I thought the A list was supposed to go here. Okay, so what if I do reverse them? List map, string to char list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, int of char. What the heck? So I did have it backwards. And what? Oh, okay, map A to B. I did have it backwards. So if I had, wow. But if I, now I don't know what to think. Is it different? Is it different in the REPL than it is in the source code file? Like, if I turn it around in the source code file, it's probably just gonna not compile, right? Let's look, let's find out. Also, these numbers are wrong. So, that's fine, we can just subtract, but let's keep that in mind. Yeah, so if I turn this around, if I take this out and put it here, then now it's going to say, oh, hey, you messed that up, right? And it won't compile. Yeah. So I don't understand why they had to go in the opposite order when I did it in the REPL. That's strange to me, but I think that if I actually do some reading and read the effin' fun manual, then I think I will get it. But for now, I think the bigger problem is that I'm using this I'm using char somewhere, I think, right? Just these two places. Okay, so I still don't know what the problem is. I still don't know what the problem is. Let's find out. Let's discover what the problem is. Okay, so what about cell int to string? Yeah, let's give that one a whirl. So let's put that out, go into utop, and let's do this one. Alert deprecated. Use fizz equal instead. Interesting. So that, yeah, this utop is giving like alerts that the make isn't doing at all. There's something interesting going on about like different versions. According to the Switch, I only have one version of OCaml installed. All right, so skill issues for sure. Just need to read the actual manual if I'm gonna get into OCaml. So let's try cell int to string. So I got a 1, right? So that's all as expected, right? Now what if I put 0? Okay, that part seems fine. So where else do I think I have an issue? Wait a minute, wait a minute. There are other hints in here. So we need to look at this one. Large minefield. Failure nth. Failure nth seems messed up. Okay, so I think I have a problem here, clearly. So y greater than 0, y less than list length field minus 1, right? So I think that's what it should be, but something's not working. So I don't know which one yet, but I think we're going to figure that out soon. List length, list nth, field y minus 1. And that's supposed to be r. Okay. Okay, I'm going to compare these side by side. Let me open code. I've always liked the side-by-side comparison that they have in code. So compare new untitled text files. Oh gosh, it's like it's locked up. What's going on here? What is happening, code? Don't be this way. Initializing project tsconfig JSON? Oh no! I'm just gonna close it, or try to. Yeah, just close it. Let's try it again. Is it better this time? Initializing project tsconfig.json. Why would we do this? Can we just close these? Oh no. I haven't hardly been opening code at all lately, and it it looks like it doesn't want to be responsive. How about code new window? Is that any better? Okay, so it's not trying to open that project, whatever it was. Okay, compare new untitled text files. All right, so I'm gonna look at my Minesweeper ML. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to compare to the JavaScript file that is supposed to be the basis for this. So we're going to cat JavaScript. Okay, so here it is. So this is what it looks like. So this is not Dart, this is OCaml. Maybe that's not an option. ML? Okay, I guess I don't have that option. So I want to focus in on this adjacent cells thing, right? So I have U and L and is mine field. Okay. U and R and is mine field x plus 1. Okay. L and is mine field y x minus 1. D and L and is mine field y plus 1. Uh-oh, wait. This looks incorrect on 15. Well, that would mess it up, wouldn't it? So that was carelessly copied. Do the others look okay? No. The next one down looks wrong as well. The one on the bottom looks correct. So we need to redo 15 and 16. So the first part is right, but on 15 we have to pass in y plus 1 and x minus 1, so we messed that up. That would definitely explain why it's not working. Okay, y plus 1 and x minus 1. And then here, I have y plus 1, but it should just be x here. Okay, it's progress. Let's clear, and let's see what we have to do next. Okay, so a couple, or 3 it looks like actually passed, so that's progress. Unfortunately here, I got a blank screen, so that's not good. Here I got a blank screen. Here I got a blank screen. Oh no. So which one's actually passed? Does it show? Oh man. Yeah, I haven't figured out yet why I'm getting all blanks. It's progress though, it's progress. Okay, so let's cat. And let's go back into UTOP, I guess. Alright, so let's try this one. Okay, so bool to int, good. Then is mine. I hope that's okay. Wait a minute. Is that ever gonna be... Uh-oh. The field should be string list list, right? So yes, I would say that we should be able to do this. But that could very well be the one that's not working. This one says, this expression has type A option 2, an expression was expected of type B list. Yeah, apparently we have to turn that around again. So it's let is mine field yx equal, and then we do want to say, or actually, let's see. We want to say list nth x, I think, list nth y field equals star. So error. Oh, this is option. Oh, we can't use an option, so that won't work at all, huh? Why didn't the compiler warn me? Okay. OCaml list nth. Of course that would be an option. Huh. What in the world is going on with UTOP? Why is UTOP so different from what I'm using in Make? Like, okay, so it says, when we open UTOP, it says using OCaml version 5.2.0. So there are different syntaxes that can be used, apparently. Utop help. Help, list all directives, list all the current key bindings. I think utop is not helping much, unfortunately. Um, okay. I said I was afraid this was going to take forever, and it is. It absolutely is. It is taking forever. All right, let's get it done. So it seems to me that we are not counting, or that we are completely failing to count the mines, and we're just getting zeros like all the time, I guess. Okay, so they are stars. Camel print. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna try printf, printf like they did there, and then we're gonna try this. And then we do that. Is that it? Okay. So we want a string. So we'll put B in. Is that it? I don't think so. Of type bool. Type string, but an expression was expected of type bool. Interesting. Oh, so this is bool here. Okay, so that's ocaml printf. So B was for bool. So we think it should be a string, right? So S. Okay. Now do we see anything printed? I don't think so. Okay, I do see things printed here, so that's good. A whole bunch of things. Okay, cool. So those look okay. I don't know what these Fs are. Is that a hint as to what's happening? Okay. So this time let's make it a bool. Okay, so now we need to see if any of them come out true, but it looks like none of them are, so there's our problem, right? I'm only seeing false by the look of things. So we can't have that. So we need to see why. So let's see here. OCaml string equality. Usual comparison operators equal. Okay, so I have a double equal here. Which I had because there was some complaint at some point about the equal, but I think that I misunderstood, and I think that I want single equal, not double equal. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that was it. That was the last problem. Let's get rid of the prints. Okay, so the problem there was double equal and not single equal, and it feels like deja vu because I've run into problems like that all over the place. Like in Racket, I was trying to use EQ hook, and it had to be equal hook. It had to be the whole word, not just EQ, and I was very confused. Let's submit. Okay, let's see if the robot has any hints for us. I'm going to close out a bunch of these tabs. Okay, it says passed. Looks like no robot hints. Okay, cool. I will take a quick look to see if I want to refactor. I doubt that there's anything I want to refactor. But let me just take one look. Okay, so we said this. I guess that's fine. I'm okay with this. Shout out. Yep, I'm gonna move on. So let's mark this one complete. Okay. Let's see if I can knock out a couple more before I break and come back in the evening. Okay, we still have to do Faro small talk. I am going to add that as number 15 on my list, because even though I already have set it up and sort of figured out how it works previously, I still think it's going to be relatively a pain compared to most other languages. Maybe it won't be so bad as all that. Okay, so Faro, small talk, Minesweeper. I am going to add that to the list. So now I have 15 on the list. So if I finish everything that's not on the list today, then I'll be all caught up. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. So this one is on my list. Okay, so scheme RNA transcription. That is not on the list. Let me knock this out again. So I did it in JavaScript. Let's knock it out in Python. So in JavaScript, it was weirdly basic. Let's try it here. Okay, so we're supposed to get a string coming in. So I'm just going to say join. I'm going to make it a list. I'm going to say subs equals, and then I'll just make a dict. So A should give us U, right? T should give us A. G should give us C, of course. C should give us G. Right? So those are the subs that we want. And then this will be subs sub base for base in DNA strand, right? So in the JavaScript version, that was pretty much almost all it was, I think. So now let's see what the test says. Okay, so did we pass any? It says 6 failed out of how many? 6 out of 6 failed. Okay. So empty sequence. Oh, I didn't return. So that was it. Let's submit. So, you know, obviously it's extremely basic. Now, can we do it in scheme? So it says passed. I mean, I guess I'll mark as complete. So probably, I would say probably just about the easiest one overall. I say that, but I have no idea how to approach it in scheme. We're going to figure it out. And in ABAP, it's even more of a confusion. I don't know how we're going to get started on ABAP. Okay, so let's grab this scheme. Okay, so we already were in there. Scheme. RNA. So to run the test, we are supposed to do... I want to say I was using Guile. We'll see. Well, let's see what that does. Oh, okay, good. But yeah, that looks like it's working just fine. Awesome. Okay, so now let's go into the file. Okay, so like we did some things in Python that seemed sort of obvious and easy just then because like I've actually used Python before. I know some of the syntax and the features. But let's kind of review what it was that I actually did. So scheme comments. All right, so this was the Python file, right? So we'll comment this out. So I created a dict. That's a very nice feature in Python. You can use this dict literal. It's very convenient. Then I used this string join, so we know that this is a way in Python that you can quickly turn a list into a string. So that's convenient. And then we used this list comprehension syntax, which is a super nice thing that we have in Python. And so what we did here is I just happened to know that if you have a string in Python, like, look, let's just take a quick look. So if we're in Python, and let's say that we have a equals hello, right? So it's a string. We can go type a, and it says class string, okay? And so now if we go C for C in A, then we get a list of strings, right? So if we go type of this, it'll say it's a list, but if we go type of some element, it'll say it's a string, right? So it's a list of strings. And like once you've used Python a bit, you just kind of know that these are things you can do, right? So that's great. Having not really used Scheme, basically, I mean, I kind of used it in the past before I ever became like an aspiring developer. I used it in GIMP a little bit. In GIMP, you can use Scheme to define a sort of like what are they? Just like processing, image processing scripts. You can define them in Scheme, and I did some of those ages ago. But I didn't like know any Scheme. I just like you just used Scheme as the language to define a series of steps for your image processing. So yeah, so basically I would start by saying define, and I would say base, which will take a base, sure, and then we'll say if, right, and then we'll have these. Okay, so the condition will be equals base a, and if that is true, then we will give back u. If not, then we'll have another if, I guess, right? So we'll say if. Okay, so now the condition is equals base t, sure. In that case, we give back a, right? So then another if, I suppose. Okay, so this time it is equals base g, and we'll give back c, sure. Equals base c, g, right? So we can do that, and I mean, I guess that's fine. And then if it's nothing, then I guess I'll just say, oh wait, these can't be parenthesized. Whoops. There we go. And then I guess if it's nothing, we'll just say that, maybe? I don't know. All right, so then let's close this. And there you have it, baby. Okay, so this is a function that will check what it is and give something back. Is it as good as using a dict? Nowhere close. But, you know, if I can't figure out how to do a dict in Scheme, then this is fine. And could I figure it out? Yeah. But it would just take longer. All right, so... Well, actually, I'm not confident, really, that I could figure it out. I think I could figure it out eventually, but I have no idea how long it would take me. So, anyway, so now we're going to try to, like, go and take the string that's passed in, and we're going to try to make it into a list of chars, I guess? I don't know. So, scheme string to list, yeah. So I've done this already, right? Like I was here. In fact, maybe it'll help to look at one of the other scheme files. So we had Scrabble score, right? That was actually kind of similar. And it gave me a hard time too. Or I had a hard time with it, even though it was simple. And it certainly was simple in the other languages, but I had a hard time with it in Scheme. So let's take a look at the Scheme file. Oh my goodness gracious. Absolute insanity. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So we did map. We put in a function here. Oh, no. Oh, this is crazy. So... yes, I do think that this one is going to be rather similar. So I'm going to copy that. Okay. So, yes, I believe we are going to fold. It's not going to be add. We're going to do string concat. So scheme string concat. It is... I was here before, right? String append. Oh, so we can use that instead of fold, I think. I'm not sure, actually. Okay, I'm going to say string append. We'll start with that as our initial. Okay, and then we're going to see what is it that we're actually supposed to fold. Okay. And that is going to be map base to base map string to list DNA. Okay, let's get rid of this. That actually might be it. Hey, you know what? Watch it take another hour to get it to actually work. Okay, let's test. Oh, shoot. Make guile. Make guile. Let's go. Okay, we've got some output here. It says expected nothing, actual error, unbound variable, fold. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. In the Scrabble score, I had to define a fold. So let's just copy that. All right, is this better? Wrong type argument in position. Squiggle A. Okay, so equals. Wrong type argument. So we had 1 and C, like that. Why is it 1? Where's the 1 in there? Okay, let's take a look. So we were supposed to say equals base A. Okay, so now scheme print. Okay, so we'll try display. What's that going to do for us? So did we display anything? Overrides core binding display. Sounds good, maybe? I don't think I see anything displayed. Do I? Yeah, so this is 1C. Okay, gotta think for a sec. Error equals wrong type argument in position, squiggle A, squiggle S. 1. Wait, what's this? So this is, wait. Is this, I don't know what this is. Okay, so this matches here, right? Okay, error equals wrong type argument in position, squiggle A. Oh, okay, so that's this, right? And then we have a 1, and then we have this. Okay, so the most trickiest part is that we have this 1 here. We don't want a 1 at all, right? Why is there a 0 here? Oh, that's for the length. Okay. So then okay. That all seems good to me, I think. So display not working. All right, what else do we want? So string to list, map string. Okay, so then the other thing is, we think we can use a REPL, and that should help, I believe, right? So guile. Okay, so we're gonna look at our file, RNA. We're gonna open our guile. We're gonna try importing first. Okay, we're gonna try defining fold. Sure. We're gonna try defining base to base. I guess so. We're gonna try defining DNA to RNA. Overrides core binding map. Okay, so I hope that's not gonna be too big of a problem for us. It might be. But first of all, let's try going base to base A. So now, oh, interesting. In procedure equals, wrong type argument in position 1, A. Of course, these equality operators, I keep messing up these equality operators in the craziest ways. So, okay, let me look it up again. Scheme equality operators. I learned that the equals is numeric equality only, right? We want something else, not this. So this is fine here. This is numeric. But here, I guess we want this. This is the one that messed me up in Racket, though. Should I try equal first, the one from Racket? Wrong type to apply. Help me, help me. Is this scheme? Please tell me it's scheme. Okay, it's scheme. So equal is numeric. Equivalent. Equal. Two-list vector. What if they're strings? Okay, scheme string equality. Right? Equality. Scheme string equality. Okay, so equal is the one that we want. According to this. I get so nervous about scheme. Scheme drives me crazy sometimes. All right. So the message says, wrong type to apply. But where is that coming from? Error, F, wrong type to apply. Okay, so let's cat and let's try guile again, because, I mean, yeah, it did help last time, I think. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try all at once. Here we go. Okay, so now let's go base A. Okay, so I got that out. That part is good then, I guess. So now let's try string list AA. Okay, so there are the A's. Okay, so now we're gonna try map string, string list AA. Okay, so there they are as strings. Great. So now we're going to try map base base map string string list AA. So now I got the U's. Okay, so now if we do the same thing, I don't know how to, let's just copy paste, I guess. Copy, paste. Okay, so let's say we just have some various things. AC, CC, GT, CCCA. Should be fine, right? Oh, interesting. Wrong type to apply G. Oh, okay. Um, okay, so if it's just G, whoops, is that what it's gonna say? Wrong type to apply C. Okay. So A is okay. T, no good. Wrong type to apply A. Okay. So so we get U here. Wrong type to apply A. In procedure, raise exception. Okay, so base to base A, again, fine. Base to base T, wrong type to apply A. Yep, these are out of place. Okay, so past 5. So expected UGC actual, oh, interesting. Um, close now, close. I think fold string append is probably putting things out of order. Like, if we were just doing plus, the order doesn't matter. I still have fold in here somewhere. Where is it? So that passed. So we needed left fold. I think that's left full, right? Okay. Okay, let's submit and move on. So, I mean, that is a short one, obviously. Obviously took me a while in scheme. Have I learned something? I mean, I think so. Well, I mean, I should have learned this lesson about the equality operators long ago. It keeps screwing me up and I keep making the same type of errors. So let me write it down. Learn to choose the correct equality operators. I'll just call them operators. If I write it down, maybe I'll learn it. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to something else. All right, back to 48 and 24. Okay, so we're skipping these. Okay, so we need to mark this one as complete. Cool. And we'll head back. 48 and 24. Okay, skipping ABAP. Okay, binary search. I was saving this one for today. Let's see what it's about. Let's do Fortran, I guess. Okay, so what is the assignment? Binary search. Singer-songwriters. Okay, so they have a lot of favorite numbers. So sorted by the title, which is simply the number. Sure, sure. Okay, so quickly find. All right, so if we're passed in some sorted whatever. I mean, okay, so really basic. Are we going to have a hard time in Fortran? I don't necessarily think so, but maybe. So in here, we had a civ F90 file. Okay, so when we did this one is presumably a bit more complicated than a binary search, right? So we did, let's see. We did some function. So it messed me up when it was one indexed and I wasn't thinking about it for like hours. So that's messed up. Okay, let's look at what our stub file looks like for this one. Binary search. Okay, so hopefully we can do it like recursively, right? So we have array, we have val, and we're supposed to return a result index. Sure, I guess. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Okay, so let's do function recursive find, which takes array val low high. Okay, so this one will take an integer array in and it'll take a val that we're searching for. Okay, then it will take a low number, which is the low index. and then the out will be idx, and that is integer. Okay, so now we're gonna say we're gonna sort of like define mid, so integer mid, and we'll say mid equals low plus high, let's see, low plus high divide 2, right? Then we'll say if, and we'll say array mid equals, now we have to be careful, remember they're one indexed, let's make that note again. Don't forget Fortran array is one indexed. Okay, and then okay, so now let's look at some more of this. So we did if, we put this in parentheses, and then we had then, and then we had end if. So let's do it that way. I don't know what that is. Okay, so then okay. Now what about return? Did we use a return? So the result was supposed to be an array. And yeah, we weren't too worried about it. But we're using kind of result as like a keyword, right? So we'll just say idx equals mid. Okay, so then how about else? Did we use an else here somewhere? If blah, blah, blah. So then do is a loop. Okay. If, okay, so then we had an else here. Okay. So here I will say else idx equals, oh no, we don't want that. We want to say else if array mid less than val, then recursive find, we'll put array val low, but now high becomes mid, right? Easy peasy. And then else idx equals recursive find array val mid high. Okay, now let's add the base case. So the base case is basically all of this is going to be if low less than high, right? Then, and then let's indent all this. Okay, so then here we'll have end if, but then we'll have else idx equals -1. Okay, so that's basically the idea. So we end if, and then here, I guess we end function. All right. So then here we will say idx equals recursive find, and we'll put in array val, and then low is going to be 1, because it's one indexed. And then high is going to be the size of the array, or basically the size of the array. So did we do something with that here? So array size 1000 there to start with. I say to start with, but I have never actually made it larger than that. Okay, so let's look this one up. So we're gonna go Fortran array size. Let's take a look. Fortran arrays know how long they are. Well, that's good. What if I want to know how long it is? Size. Okay. So then this, I guess, is size array. Okay, module. Okay, let's try running the test. Let's see what we get. Okay, what's the help say? We are supposed to make, let's see, so, oh gosh, lots of options here. Oh wow, that's a ton. Okay, so we're going to do cmake -g. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so cmake, you think it's that? That's what it is in like C and C++, I believe. You think it's the same here? Could be. Oh, interesting. Oh, so we have to mark it as recursive. You think that's how we do it? Let's just try. Oh, I think that was how we do it. Okay, so invalid character in name at 1. That was supposed to be intent. How did I... Oh, gosh. Okay, so syntax error in if expression. Okay, so let's... It's another equality. Fortran equality. I think it's probably double equals. Or is it this? What the heck? This is Fortran 77. Fortran 90. So it should be double equal, right? Okay, let's try. Okay, let's see what it says now. It says built target binary search. Did it run the tests? It says ran the tests. I think that may have passed. I mean, it is an easy one. Let's see if any tests were skipped. I think it's binary search test F90, right? No, I don't think they're skipped. I think we're good. Let's try submitting. This is why I saved this one for today, because I had a hunch it was going to be an easy one. And if that just passed, then that was a very easy one. Let's take a look. And it's marked as easy here. Nope, it didn't pass. It failed. Oh no! I guess it wasn't as easy as I hoped. An error occurred. Huh. Interesting. An error occurred. So it doesn't say specifically that a test failed. Okay, so let's try CMake again. Uh-oh, now I'm nervous. Okay, let's look at the help. It could be what they said, right? It might mean there was an issue with their infrastructure. That's totally possible. Let's see if I can find any issue first. So should we cd build? Yeah, let's try that. Do we have a build folder? Okay, let's do what they said there. So we're going to try to make dir build. Let's try that. cd build. Okay, and then when we're in the build, we are going to try cmake. Like this. Okay, and now we're going to try just running make, I believe, right? Oh. Was there a warning here? It says deprecation warning. Okay, what if I go back up? It says built. Okay. Running tests. Okay, so what about... so this is supposed to be Mac OS. Okay, Linux. Okay. When all build errors are fixed, run the tests by ctest big V. Okay, so segfault. Okay, well, well, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I think what we want to do then is we're going to go cmake-g like this. It's going to be dot. Then we're going to go make, and then we're going to go ctest-v. Okay. So there we go. All right. It wasn't as easy as I hoped, and I'm not surprised either. Okay, segfault. That's pretty sad, but whatever. So this is supposed to be recursive. So if low less than high, then we'll do that. So then this is supposed to be mid. Okay. Fortran 90 arithmetic operators. Let's take a look. Divide. Okay, so let's look at this one. Test 1. Finds a value in an array with one element. Expected 1, but got -1. Okay, so that one, that's a pretty clear error, right? So else if low equals high, then I guess this would be and, what's Boolean and Fortran 90? Is it double and like we're used to? What is this? Is this still old Fortran? So do we want dot and dot? Uh, let's try dot and dot. So if low equals high and array mid. Oh, and how do we array index? I tried Fortran 90 array index. Individual array element. Okay. Yeah, I think that seems okay. So okay, so now let's try this again. And now does it say anything? Okay, so one element. Oh, expected 1 but got -1. Okay, okay, not good. And then segfault. Test 1. Okay, finds a value in an array with one element. So the expectation in that case is if it's one element, then this is 1 and this is also 1. And that means that we come into here and we say, is it less? No, so we skip. Okay, so now is it equal? Okay, yes. All right, now is this equal? Then we should say this. But it looks like that didn't happen. So Fortran 90 print. So I used print in the other one, but I'm pretty sure I took them out, right? I should have just left them commented. But let's try this. So it says we should be able to print. Yeah, as I recall, the printing was kind of hard for me to figure out. Fortran. Basic input output. Okay, let's try this. So we're going to try print. I'm going to put oh gosh, RWM repeat count. Okay. So three I width, I guess 5, I don't know. M minimum number. So did anything get printed? Oh, interesting. So it says expected comma. Yep. Oh, cool. All right, looks like we recursed like madmen here. Okay, so we can't, so let's see. So mid can never be allowed to be the same as one of these, right? So that's messed up. So do we want to, let's see. So here I'm going to say if, and I'm going to say high minus low equals 1, and treat that separately. I don't think I usually did that like in school. I don't think that's the way I did it. But I think I'm dumber than I was in school. No, I don't know. So in this case, I'm going to say if array high equals val, then idx equals high. Else if array low equals val, then idx equals low. Else idx equals -1. And if. Did it pass something? Oh, it passed several actually. Yay! And did it not segfault? So that's better. That's a little bit better. All right, cool. So now we can just fix these ones. So expected 1 but got -1. So we were looking for find a value in an array with 1 element. And it looks like the val was, wait a minute. The val was never supposed to change. So the val, it looks like, was 6. Oh, if I changed the val, then that's obviously wrong. Actually, I don't think I can quite see how the val would have been changed. Do I? Uh-oh, there's something that I don't understand here. So in the output, it looks like val was changed, right? 21 to 7 to 0 to 13. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait a minute. Oh, because these are different. So let's print something here. So let's say print new find. Oh, I don't see that getting printed out. Missing leading left parentheses in format string. Okay, so we could do star, comma. Okay, let's try that. What's the deal here? So new find, segfault, invalid memory reference. I just added a print, right? If I comment it out, does it work? Adding a print made a segfault? Well, I don't like that. Invalid memory reference. Darn. Huh. I don't like that very much at all. I do not. I do not like that much. So they were print. So do we have to do character len 15? Like that? Character output. Okay, so we're gonna do, oh gosh. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. It makes sense, I guess. I sure wasn't prepared for it. So I'm gonna try it like this. Character, and I'm gonna put len equals 15, I guess. Message equals new find. All right, so how many did I use there? 9. Yay. Okay, so then here we're gonna go A15. So can I do that? Segfault. Okay, so I said new find yay, invalid memory reference. Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up. Okay, character len 15 message. Man, I thought I was gonna be okay. So now if I comment it out, now does it pass 7? Yeah. Oh, I don't like that at all. I thought I should have been okay. Okay, so finds a value. All right, let's just figure out what I've done wrong with the arithmetic. Finds a value at the end of an array. Oh, I can't use mid here. That's completely wrong. Okay, so now 8 pass, hooray. Let's see, if I read a little more, I might find another one. Okay, so high. So why can I print here and not here? What's going on with this print? That is craziness. Well, if it's not working, it's not working. Okay. Finds a value at the beginning of an array. Expected 1, but got -1. Okay, so we messed it up when it was at the beginning, right? So low should be 1. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So, what the? That's obviously not right, is it? The val is val is lower than. Oh my gosh, what was I doing? Okay, well. What? Oh, that was so bad. Okay, let's get rid of the print. I don't even know. Okay. Ah, I don't know. I don't think it's even that I'm tired or anything. I think it's just that I'm literally just dumb. Let's submit. Oh my gosh, why is it opening over there? Oh no. Oh, it's because I clicked on the song. Uh-oh. It's a call from Gambler, Ohio. Hello, this is Josh. I'm good. How are you doing today? I can't really talk about it because I didn't like apply for anything like that. I think it's a wrong number. Have a good one. Bye. All right. Let's go ahead and oh, Rage Against the Machine. We will be prosperous if we engage if what we will be prosperous if we embrace free trade. Love it. All right, so is it gonna pass? Let's see. Nope. No good. It says failed. It says an error occurred. Oof. Okay. It's not an easy one. Well, I mean, it should be an easy one. I definitely do not know what I'm doing with the Fortran, though. So when we run it, we're like, okay, so we think that the tests passed, right? So that's good. But we submitted it here, and there was an error, so that's not good. Okay, so now, let's see. So let's see if there's anything in the help that we need to look at. So submitting like this. So we submitted the file. Um, test lib. No, I think my test lib is okay. I'm worried. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these. And in reality, I think what has happened is that there is some bug probably in my code itself. And somehow it's like being hidden or masked somehow when I run this. Or something. I don't know what to think exactly, but let's see. Binary search, implicit none, recursive function. Like, this is so much. It really should not be this much. I don't think. So it just says an error occurred. Darn. It just says an error occurred, but it doesn't say like what error it might be. Messed up. Okay, so recursive function, recursive find. Okay, so like what if I were to go into the test? Let's see, what's the test file? Binary search test. What if I were to go in here and like just add another test? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to search for 90. And then we want to say finds, or I'm just going to say my own test, I guess, for now. It says 0 of 12 tests failed. Okay, so yeah, so it added my test then. Okay, let's try maybe just refactor a little. So when we do this, mid equals low plus high over 2. Whoa, how, is this the size it's been? So, yeah, I haven't decided what it is exactly that I want to change. What if I just flatten this out a little bit? So let's say and array high equals val. Oh, and also there was some discussion about the double equals where it should be .eq. So right, so Fortran 90 .eq. Maybe I should use that instead of the double equals, right? Okay, okay. Let's try that. So wherever we have a double equals, let's actually make it .eq. Oh no, not another. Man, if this fixes it, I will be like, I even wrote it down. Learn to choose the correct equality operators. Oh my gosh. Okay, how about the less than? So the less than, this is supposed to be, right? Okay, and then let me also flatten this. So high minus low equals 1, and then idx equals high. Okay? Else if high minus low dot eq 1 and array low eq val, then okay. Array low plus high over 2. Okay. I want to put this other one first, so else if low, actually, hold on. Yeah, let's just move this up. So there's no mid, so mid becomes So if low equals high, okay. This is so gross. It really is, actually. I guess I sort of just, I mean, what do I even hope to accomplish by this? Ah. Um, just introduce more spelling errors. That is really disgusting, actually. Let's see what it says when I do this. Mid. Let's get rid of it. It says segfault. Okay. I messed it up. I messed it up bad, baby. Okay. Fucking around with syntax when the problem is clearly that I messed up some logic. I guess I just feel better about it, like, once the syntax is clarified a little bit. And I can rule out syntax problems, then it's easier to maybe focus on, like, logic problems. Okay, segfault? Okay, segfault. Okay, so if low equals high... Okay, that part should be alright. If high minus low equals 1... Yeah, I am missing one. I am missing one that I logically require. Else if high minus low EQ 1, then IDX equals -1. I think that's what was missing there. I had removed that, but it was needed, probably. Okay, so 12 passed. Do I want to resubmit it after that wild refactor? It looks absolutely ridiculous now. But sure, let's try resubmitting. Because, I mean, I don't know. If it passes my 12 tests, I'm not sure what's wrong on their machine. Something, though. Okay, so only works when it's been sorted, of course. Failed. Okay, so all three are failed so far. Failed, failed, failed. It just says an error occurred. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so Fortran recursive function. From Fortran 90 onwards, recursive could be declared and used freely, and they just put recursive here. Just that's what I did. So that seems fine. So do I have a guess as to what the problem might be? I don't really. Binary search F90. I don't really have much of a guess as to what the problem might be. I think I'm going to want to move on from this one. Because, yeah, nothing really does seem to be wrong, right? Like, the fact that I'm able to kind of, like, add my own test, and let me do maybe just one more. So I added my own test here. Cheap viewers on a stream, boo? Poliver Ken, what has come over you, my friend? What has come over you? Okay, so 1, 8, 11... Yeah, let's just copy this. All right, so let's say we're looking for 1. So past 13, yeah, it's... Okay. Val low high. In array. The only other thing I can think is probably to just redo it as a loop, which is probably totally fine. So I'm going to say integer low, integer high, and we're going to say do. Like, yeah, that is the next thing to try, probably, but I've been on this one for so long already, I feel like moving on. Let's look at it in Ballerina. Obviously, I have to come back to that one, and it's not on my list of 15. But, like, if it's passing on my machine and not theirs, that's kind of an irritation. And, like, I have no way of knowing if it'll work better if I redo it as a loop, as an iterative loop. So I'm going to try Ballerina. Join the Ballerina track. Let's see what this is about. So we're going to say continue, local, and we're going to look at the tooling. So we're going to go to the get started over here. I would love to accept all these cookies. Hooray. So then we are going to download. Okay, let's look at these options. Brew install Bal. Let's try it. I love it when that works. And it's just called Bal. That's a nice name. Is Bal a nice name? I like it. Because I can imagine that it's not only short for ballerina. Maybe it's short for Balrog. Maybe it's a Balrog ballerina. Hold on. This AI answer sounds completely made up. What? Okay. Interesting. Okay. So they fled to the Dwarvish Kingdom of Moria when Morgoth's defeat became inevitable. Interesting. So this is still going? Fetching LLVM? Well, if we must, we must. All right. JPEG Turbo. Nice, nice. So once this is ready, we're gonna try this. Are we almost ready? I don't know, maybe not. Getting there? All right, let's try it. Ballerina, here we go. Awesome. I love it when it works that easily, and pretty fast, too. Okay, so it's hello, ballerina. Let's take a look. Okay, so there it goes. Processing. Are my scissors over here? Failed? Well, that's a disappointment. Timed out, huh? So it could be that today might just not be a good day for exorcism. Which would be unfortunate because I wanted to do so much exorcism today in particular. It happens, though. It happens. It happens to the best of them. Let's look at the old camel. Okay, it's supposed to take two things. What are the two things it's supposed to take? An array, right? And a val, right? I'm just going to say help avlh equal And then we're going to go like sort of, I don't know, case by case. We're going to do an if. Yeah, pretty much that. So this time we are looking at numbers. So does that mean we can use the equals, the regular equals? So that was a scheme thing. We just want this single equals, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. So a dot nth should we just pass the m in? Honestly, probably, yeah. Then m, else if uh-oh. It's getting close to my time to stop, and I could really use it. Oh, man. Let's see if there's... Oh, this one in OCaml is apparently medium. That seems wild to me. Like, I don't feel... I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily feel like doing it right now. I don't think it should be medium, though. You know what? I don't think that I don't consider any of the ones that are remaining to really be all that easy, except for binary search, but for some reason Ballerina and Fortran were not being cool. Like, I think I've done everything that I would consider to be easy except for binary search, which I feel like should have been easy, but I don't know what happened there with Fortran. And then Ballerina wouldn't even run the Hello World. That's crazy. Hold on, let me go back. So, exorcism test. And we're like, hey, that seems fine. Okay, so now in the file, is there anything we would like to change here? Public function hello returns string. I don't know, let's find out. Ballerina function definition. Let's see, maybe there's another way to define it. Let's take a look. Okay, so this looks pretty much like what we had. Function keyword returns, okay. Anonymous function? What about anonymous function? Ballerina Swan Lake. Flexible, powerful, beautiful integrations as code with Ballerina. Optimized for integration. What is that? What is that about then? Explore. Use cases integration. Restricted drag and drop tools / DSLs or generic languages. Just write the code using the only language with integration-friendly abstractions. Yeah, sounds like a winner to me, potentially. I mean, and the code syntax looks nice. I'm all about it, baby. You can have Unicode identifiers. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Simple basic types. We have templates that are kind of like, yeah, these look like JavaScript style templates, so that's cool. Does a lot of this look kind of like JavaScript, TypeScripty type stuff? Yeah, I would say to me the syntax does seem to sort of resemble that. Use the Elvis to access the optional field. Okay, yeah, right on. Find symmetry between lists and mappings. Yeah, I cannot complain about a JavaScript-like syntax. I love that syntax. Okay, how about declaring a variable? Okay, so I'm just gonna say string greeting equals hello world. Let's enclose. Oh. Let's see. I have it here. Oh, here. Invalid literal for type string. Abstract subtypes. Okay, so let's look. So we used a raw template, and we have to say that it is a object raw template. Okay, fair enough. But then can we turn it back into string? Raw template strings. Interesting, interesting. Backtick template. Okay, so we can put string in front of it. Okay, let's try. Cool. Opened up over there again, darn it. Okay, so passed. All right. So if it was not working before and is working now, and there was no reason that this first iteration shouldn't have worked, right? It just failed and it said, we don't know. So let's go back to the Fortran and see if that's gonna work now. Because like maybe they had some problem that is now like resolved, right? Let's go back to the Fortran. Okay, here. So let's just do something like, I don't know. Can we do things like assign Boolean? Fortran 90 variable types. Logical? Oh, okay. Logical. So we'll have a logical for and then we'll say high next to low equals high minus low dot EQ 1. All right. And then here, wherever we find that, high minus low EQ 1. And run CMake. And it says no good. It says expected, oh, finds a value at the end of an array. Darn. Completely messed it up, huh? Okay, I accidentally deleted that as I was exiting the editor, I guess. Past how many? 13? Okay. Let's try submitting again. Okay. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I hope these I hope these files aren't what's messing everything up. So it says failed. So error. Okay, so the ballerina thing was probably just a problem that only existed for a short time, but whatever's going on with Fortran seems to be something separate. Okay. All right, well, let's try it in ballerina then. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. I am going to stop, actually. So I am going to stop and come back at 2.